Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Christelle, I think you're still on mute. I am so excited to connect with both of you. It sounds like you have an amazing book that you have done that we're going to be able to have an opportunity to hear about here today on the GatherVerse, on the SHE Summit. So, yeah, I mean, do you want to just share a little bit about yourselves before we head into?
Yeah, of course, sure. First of all, thanks for having us. We are very glad to be here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I'm Christelle. I'm a digital marketing specialist in my daily life, and I'm also author of the book 10 Countries, 10 Women's 10 Life that I've done with Emma. Emma, over to you.
Yes, thank you. I'm actually an artist, a painter, and we had this idea with Christelle to do this book on women, because we do believe that women are very strong, and we wanted to share these stories with you. And so thank you very much for having us, and good morning, because I think it's the morning for you, because for us it's the evening here in Paris and London. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, ladies. Thank you for joining us and for your time and your energy and your efforts and your amazing book. So I can't wait to learn more about that. So one of my first questions for you is, what inspired the creation of your book, The 10 Countries in Women's Lives?
So if I may, I will reply about this question, because I believe we need to challenge the idea that some women don't see their worth. And oh God, I believe we are all worthy, even if we are coming out of nowhere. And I believe it's important to remember that every story is interesting, whether it's filled with major hurdle or not at all, you know. We did this book to improve your way of thinking. This book aims to bring us some strength as well. So, you know, I believe we have all in our life someone, you know, to inspire us, and one who made adversity to succeed, someone who crossed the tunnel and came to light, someone who suddenly is your great friend. So, I mean, we all meet in our life someone great for us. So, yes, so we did this book also to change the mindset of people about women, because I believe, despite the fact that we are in 2024, mindset needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you. So my next question would be, how did you select the stories and the women that you featured in the book?
Okay, this one is for me. In fact, the selection process was rather meticulous and aimed at representing rather a large tapestry of experiences. And we sought stories that resonated with resilience, triumph over adversity, and the courage to navigate all these sort of hurdles that you get in life sometimes. And the featured women were chosen because of the diversity of their backgrounds, and also their nationalities were all different. And of course, they all have, in the book, everybody has a really different experience. And so this is what we thought would be very interesting to talk about.
I have goosebumps right now. I love this. It's global, and you guys, like, it was well thought. I really have strong appreciation for that. Bravo.
Thank you.
Can you share a story from your book that particularly moved you, and what was the reasoning for it?
Yeah.
Wow. So maybe I can start. I believe for me, so all the stories, they are interesting, by the way, but one particularly moved me.
Yeah.
It's the one from Patricia from Costa Rica. It struck a chord because of the story of the children abuse. This point touched us, and is also on the other side very awful. I mean, so, you know, yes, definitely the Patricia story for me.
Yes, it's the same for me. Patricia, I actually met her in France whilst walking my dogs, and we started to chat, and I heard about her story. This is a wonderful lady of 70 who was the first person who started implementing in Costa Rican schools lessons to young girls. You do not have to accept sexual advances. Sorry, you can say no, this is not right. And she even gave over her own house in Costa Rica to have help the young women who were expecting babies and who had been, you know, unfortunately raped or whatever, and to help them get through this. And she started this association. I call it association because I don't really know how to call it, but and she's been absolutely wonderful helping young girls, and she does it still to this day. So it's an incredible lady.
Yeah, incredible. And really teaching those young women how to kind of take their power back and giving them support, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
In the process of that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And what challenges did you face in collecting and presenting these narratives? Like, what were your greatest challenges with that?
Yeah, well, of course, everybody was all over the world, basically. It was India, Costa Rica, Canada, New York, everybody like that. So we did a lot of WhatsApping and visioing and going through all the text with every lady. And we had to also be very careful and be attentive to what they wanted to say. And of course, we went through all the text with them and said, is this okay with you? And is that really what you want to say? We had a series of questions, and these questions were all the same for everybody. But we said to each lady, if there's one question in particular that you don't want to answer, you're not comfortable with, it's fine. So that's how we basically went through it. And we want to really be very careful with the editing and the collection of everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. Sensitivity, right? The sensitivity that went into it.
Yeah.
So the small stories about this, because Emma, she's talking about WhatsApp and conferencing, etc. So we did this project during the lockdown, between 2020 and 2022. So yes, we took some time to talk with everybody, and it was okay. It was okay, So just to say that technology helps sometimes.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. How do you hope that your book will impact the readers and their understanding of women's lives globally?
Well, by sharing this story, we aim to foster empathy, break stereotype, and inspire readers. So we hope that readers will gain a nuanced understanding of diverse live women lead globally. So we we wanted, as I said early in the discussion, we would like to change the mindset of the people. I know that we are only two women, but I believe if every day everybody is doing their part, we can change, even if it's not text, a day, even if it's years. But I mean, we need to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And this is inspiring. It's something that people can pick up, right? Women around the globe essentially can pick this up and even translate if necessary, right?
Absolutely. If somebody's going through the same thing somewhere, they can read that and say, oh, this person managed to get out of it. I can too. There's a solution always.
Yes. The roadmap, right? From somebody else's life. I love that. What common threads or themes emerged across the different stories in your book? Was there commonality?
Well, well, even though the people were, diverse cultural backgrounds, and wherever they came from, there were common sort of threads of resilience, of being strong, and I've got to get through this, and the pursuit of growth and everything like that. And these women had really unusual challenges, and it's particularly interesting as to how they overcame it. Everybody did it in a different way. Somebody would go bang straight on, somebody would take their time and think about, what am I going to do next? And I think this is very interesting, because whatever walk of life you come from, basically, women are the same.
Yep.
So we all confront similar problems every day in our lives, and this we thought was interesting.
Yeah, that just gave me goosebumps again. I mean, right? It's really interesting. So like the golden thread that's woven amongst all women, right? Certain characteristics. And how did this project change your perspective on women's issues and empowerment?
I believe this question is for me. So engaging with this story profoundly shift our perspective. We believe, again, each one of us is special, even if it may seem ordinary to the storyteller, because you will see when you will read the book, there is normal story, there is strong story, art story, difficult to read. By the way, as we said in two questions before, so some women, they were very keen to talk about their story, but we didn't put everything in the book because some topics were very sensitive. And maybe by reading this book, we want spread the idea that everybody can be strong, and we would like to bring some simplicity and success in it. So that's it.
Yeah. Makes total sense. And what role do you believe, Emma? I'm guessing this one might be for you. What
Yes.
role do you believe storytelling plays in inspiring change and understanding in society?
Well, storytelling is a kind of a catalyst for change, I think. And, you know, you learn a lot through books. You read about people's different lives, and you create a shared human experience, and women can get together and feel I'm not alone. And it also makes people aware, perhaps, that in life, you know, stop complaining sometimes, be positive. And as soon as you can be positive, you can move forward much more easily, even in difficulty. Try to sort of have this sort of white light and get yourself through it, you know. Even though you're really in a hard time, there's always, I know somebody said to me once, I think it was my father actually, when you feel that you're really in the bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up. So, you know, try to think like in this way.
Ladies, you have my apologies. There's so many more questions I want to ask, but we are running short on time and spilling over. But I cannot wait to dig into your book. And thank you so much for sharing your experience and your journey and writing it with us. We really appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.